Hello, we are live. And I can see that one of you is watching. So, whoever you are, let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay. Oh my goodness, it's so good to be back with you. Um, I've really missed doing these live streams. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Oh, now there's two. Yay. Sound is all good. Thanks, Facebook user. You may have to log on through StreamYard if in order for me to see your name. But if you don't care about that, then that's all good too. So thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the desk there. Wow. Yeah. So much has happened since the last time. I think the last time I did a live stream, I was up in South Dakota at my mom's house, and I had the opportunity to show you guys her beautiful ranch that she has there. So if you missed that one, I will leave a link in the description below so that you guys can check that one out. Because it was fun because my mom joined me. And so the two of us got to talk together about just all kinds of things. Yeah. So, oh, goodness. But now I'm back. Today is the 29th of July. I was going to try and do a live stream last week, but it didn't end up working out with all of the travel that we had going on still. So, because we were still on our way back from South Dakota last week. So here we are today. Yay, now there's three. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. So yeah, let me know who you are in the comments and that you're here. And I got a couple things I want to talk about today. I did actually do a little bit of preparation. So we got that going for us, which is nice. But yeah. Hey, thanks, Seth. Hi, Doug. Good to see you. Yeah. So, a couple things I wanted to talk about today. This that kind of dovetails nicely with what I was just mentioning about all the travel and all of that that's been going on in my life lately. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was chaos. Chaos seems to have been kind of the theme of my summer so far, which, to be fair, I kind of expected, right? Like anytime you're moving across the world, changing jobs, changing houses, visiting family, building a new house, I knew it was going to be chaotic. So that part was not a surprise. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Douglas. I appreciate that. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear, Ally is out now, finally, in audiobook. So you can go check that out. It's available on Audible and via Amazon. So yeah, go check that out. It's I hear that the narration is really, really good on it. So and of course the writing's fantastic. at least I hope you think so. Maurice's part is amazing. I'll tell you that much. There's something on my screen. Okay, I got it. But yes, so chaos. So here's the current state of chaos in my life right now. We're back in Richmond. My clothes are I don't know exactly where all of my clothes are. They're shoved into two separate drawers. Some of them are still in my husband's suitcase from this latest trip that we took last week. I have my planners and things, but I don't know where the pen is. The little Surface pen that writes on my touch screen. I have no idea where that thing is. So hopefully it's in my household goods somewhere on its way here. I don't know where my household goods are. They're somewhere in transit. Last update I saw, the container that had them in it had arrived in LA and was being shipped via rail here to Norfolk. My unaccompanied baggage. So for those of you who are not familiar, when you do a military move overseas, you get 2 shipments. You get one that's household goods, that is the largest shipment, it's the majority of your stuff. And then the other one is unaccompanied baggage, which travels basically travels on a cargo plane, and it comes much faster. So that shipment is here in Norfolk, just waiting for me to have a house to have it delivered to. So that's what's going on with that. Last week we traveled back from South Dakota. We left on Tuesday and drove Wednesday and Thursday. We took Friday off to spend the day at the Air Force Museum, which was totally worth the trip. You guys, if you have not had the opportunity to visit the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio, book a trip and go. It's worth it just for that alone. If you're any kind of aviation enthusiast at all, you will absolutely 100% enjoy it because it is huge. They have an amazing collection of really cool aircraft, lots of really cool artifacts, lots of jackets from early aviators that, you know, their families had donated or whatever. And then the cool part was that, you know, they would have these jackets or flying helmets or goggles or kneeboards or whatever else, but then they would also have like a little vignette about who the aviator was that utilized these things. And then that would be, they would have that displayed there with it. So it was all very cool. Highly, highly recommend the National Museum of the United States Air Force in Dayton, Ohio. Actually, technically, I think it's in Beaver Creek, Ohio, but Dayton will get you close enough. So we did that last Friday. And then we completed our trip home on Saturday. And then I did a little riding on Sunday, guys. That's exciting, right? And then Monday, we got back in the car and traveled to Williamsburg, Virginia, which is it's really only about an hour from where we live here in Richmond. In order to meet up with my dad and his wife and my brother and sister and all of their family, most of their family. My sister's fiance and her oldest son couldn't make it, but everyone else was there. And we went back to Busch Gardens, for those of you who've been traveling or who've been following my adventures this summer. And we did like Water Country USA and, you know, let the kids play and just spend some time getting back together again. So one large piece of the chaos this summer has just been the fact that, you know, I'm back in the country. And so for some of my family members, they haven't had an opportunity to see me or my kiddo or my husband in 3 years. And so everybody kind of wants to get together and see us and do things, which is great. It's been awesome. But it's been very busy, you know, a lot of travel. Doug wants to know, Douglas, I'm sorry, I shouldn't short your name without your permission, wants to know what my current project is. Stay tuned. I'm going to talk about that here in a few minutes. So, because I do have a little bit of news on that front. So as far as the chaos is concerned, my stuff is everywhere. I don't know where it is. You know, I'm not living in my own house. I'm living at my husband's family home for now while we're waiting on my house to be finished, which it's coming along nicely. I'll talk more about that in a minute too. But there's no, like, I kind of live and die by my routines, you know, and the structure that I have. I mean, I have like whole, you know, books that are devoted to schedules and to-do lists and things like that. And I don't have any routines or structure. And it's starting to get to me. It's starting to get to me a little bit. I will be completely honest. It's starting to get to me a little bit. You know, because it's like, okay, well, I wake up and I'm like, oh, all right, well, what do I want to do today? Well, like today, for example, what do I want to do today? Well, I knew that I wanted to get to work on my current work in progress. But then I opened up my computer and I checked my email, and I had an email from the company doing the background check for my like pre-employment background check for my flying job that I got. And they're like, yeah, you got to go do a drug test. And so like I spent the morning, you know, figuring that out because I've never had to do a pre-employment drug test before, you know? So just, you know, there's no, like, I guess there's no real predictability, right? There's no structure, right? And so And so that's something that I'm starting to really notice. And then, um, you know, because there's no predictability, because there's no structure, we make plans, but then, you know, it's like, well, maybe that won't work out today. Maybe we'll do it another day, you know? So I don't know. It's all, like I said, it's all chaos, but it's all good. It really is all good. These are, like I said, this is not necessarily an unexpected thing. A lot of people that I talked to when, you know, about the process of transitioning out of the military kind of said that, yeah, it's, you know, they call it transition for a reason. There's a period of time where you have to kind of relearn how to, or learn a different way of functioning and structuring your day and stuff like that. And so I don't know if this is that, or this is just compounded by the fact that, you know, we're building a house and it's not done yet. And, you know, I have a job, but I haven't started it yet, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to experience it, and I guess take from it what I can, learn from it what I can, and use it as a growth opportunity, I guess. But yeah, it's a little chaotic. A little chaotic. So what do I do about that, right? Well, for me, in the past, when I'm faced with chaos or uncertainty, one of the techniques that I've used with some success has been to really focus on controlling what I can control, right? So in this case, what I can't control the timing of when I can move into my house, right? Our estimated closing date is for like the third week in August, which is coming up very soon, and the progress is coming along great. I had the opportunity to go into the house and check it out, and got to see the flooring and the cabinets and everything. And I mean, you guys don't want to hear me gush about all that, but suffice it to say, it's all very exciting. So that was really good news, and a really good experience. And so I'm really enjoying, I guess, the anticipation of moving into the house. But I'm ready for it to be done. I'm ready to start, you know, purchasing furniture and moving things in, and stuff like that. But I'm trying not to lean too far forward. I'm trying to control, like I said, control what I can control. So I can't control the timing of that, but I can control whether or not I have a plan in place when it's time to execute, right? So, you know, thinking about, okay, what things am I actually going to purchase for my house? Because I can't afford to buy everything all at once. So I kind of need to have like a priority list. You know, I can't control the fact that my job, you know, that my job won't start until after, you know, sometime in September, which is actually kind of a good thing, you know, when all is said and done, because I really want to get moved into the house and settled before the job starts. Plus I have Dragon Con coming up. So, excuse me, sorry. So I'm controlling what I can control, right? In terms of, you know, making sure that I respond to the background check requests promptly, that I figure out how to go get a pre-employment drug screen, which I did today. So, you know, yay for my oldest daughter, Corey. She calls those big girl things, right? I did big girl things today. So, you know, things like finishing my current work in progress before I have to turn my focus to, okay, learning to fly a new aircraft, learning a new mission, learning to work with a new type of team, and with a new corporate structure, you know, that I have zero experience with. I can, you know, those are the things I can control. I can't control the heat, which has been, I mean, it's hot here in Virginia this past week. It's been really warm. Today was nicer. We got a little rain, and so it cooled it off a little bit. But yeah, I can't control that. I can't control other people, right? I can't control, you know, my kiddo getting impatient to get her own life settled, because she's another one that she prefers to have some structure and some routine. I think most kids kind of thrive under those circumstances. You know, I can't control that she's feeling that stress, but I can control how I react to her stress and try to give her, you know, strategies to deal with it instead of just snapping at her because her stressing out is making me stressed out. That happens a few times. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, so making plans, trying to control what I can control, and you know, like once I'm done with this live stream, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to dump all of my clothes out of the drawer and reorganize that stuff, just so that I feel like I have a little bit more of a sense of organization in my life. Even though, you know, where my clothes are is kind of a small thing. So, you know, do with that what you will. So back to the current project. The current project that I'm working on is still The Queen's Fixer. It is a space opera that I'm writing for Chris Kennedy Publishing. And I was making great progress on it until, you know, we moved. And then obviously that kind of cut down my productivity in the months of June and July. I was able to get some words here and there. And last night I actually broke 91,000 words on it, which is very exciting because that means it's officially a novel, right? Well, I mean, it was a novel before that, but current word count is 92,812 words, and I may get a few more tonight after I'm done with this live stream, depending on how it goes. So I have probably about 7 more scenes to write. I'm coming up to like the big confrontation, the big climactic, well, confrontation. You know, right now that's what I'm in the middle of writing is the big run up to that. So it's very exciting for me. It seems like the end of a book, you know, once I get to about this point, it starts to really like pick up pace, you know, and I feel like I start like hurtling toward the finish line, which is great. And it's a great feeling. It's a real rush, but can lead to some interesting, what the hell moments when I'm in editing, because I'll be like, I don't even know what that word is. You know, just from typing so fast. So now I will say, you guys probably won't see this one anytime in the immediate future because I've been working with Chris and we are going to be doing a, oh really? Do you feel like that as a reader? Like the end, you're sort of like hurtling toward it? That's awesome. That's a good feeling, right? Like I want you to feel like that as the pace of the action accelerates and the, you know, the character interactions, you know, start to gain momentum towards that final confrontation. That's awesome. But yeah, you guys probably aren't going to see The Queen's Fixer anytime in the immediate future because I've been working, like I said, with Chris Kennedy, and we are going to go ahead and write the whole trilogy first before we do a rapid release on this one. And that's all part of the like marketing strategy for it. And got some big plans for this one. I really think you guys are going to like it. But just bear with me and be patient for a little while until we're ready to bring it out with a bang. Because yeah, I think you guys are gonna really like it. It's definitely a space opera, right? So I've had a lot of people ask me what the difference between space opera and science fiction is, and most of those people are not necessarily sci-fi fans to begin with. I think the majority of my audience who comes here and participates in these live streams, probably, I think most of you probably already have some kind of, you know, knowledge of the difference between a space opera and science fiction. But this, just for your information, this is what I tell people, especially those who are not as familiar with kind of the nuances of the genre, is that they are two different genres. They're closely linked, but they're not necessarily the same thing. Space opera, for me, is characterized by kind of the scope of the story and the stakes of the story. So any story worth reading is going to have some kind of high stakes, right? But the stakes of a space opera, for me, are by definition almost, if not galactic, at the very least, like planetary in scale, right? Like what the ramifications of the outcome of the story are going to impact a large spacefaring civilization. Whereas the focus of a science fiction story is usually a little bit tighter, a little bit more close, I guess, if that makes sense. It can have wider ramifications, for sure, but in addition but it doesn't necessarily have to, right? And in addition to that, a space opera will oftentimes not have nearly as much focus on the actual like ins and outs of the science in the world and how it works, even if the science is hand wavium science. A science fiction story will turn a little bit on the science, whereas the space opera, it can be completely in the background. In fact, it can even be magic, right? Like the Force. So I often give people the examples of Star Trek. While they used hand wavium like it was going out of style, and a lot of their science didn't really make sense. Star Trek, in my view, is still, the original series is still a science fiction saga because it's got a tighter focus. There is, even when they don't explain the science and the science like doesn't really seem to make sense, it's more central to the story. Whereas in Star Wars, which is a space opera, it's got the galactic scale, and the Force is, it's basically magic. It's space magic, right? so that for me is another hallmark of the genre. Feel free to disagree with me. People do it all the time. It's fine. Douglas wants to know, is it in the Four Horsemen universe? Are you talking about the Queen's Fixer? It is not. This is a new property, totally new, created by me. Like I said, some big things we're going to be doing with it. So I have been thinking for a while about maybe doing a little reading of a snippet or two on here. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing. I'll need to talk to Chris about that. So Tony Connor, hey Tony, he says always like space opera ever since reading Lensman. Yeah, man, me too. Like I love them both. Let's be clear, I love them both. The Four Horsemen universe, I would definitely characterize as science fiction, even slightly hard science fiction, just because the science is realistic, even if it's not current science, I guess, or actual like science in our timeline. It isn't too much of a stretch to imagine that, okay, it could go that way. Whereas again, the magic of the Force created by this, all living things that allows people to have these light swords, laser swords that, that's or to lift starfighters out of swamps. It's magic. But yeah, I've always enjoyed space. I've enjoyed them both. Okay, cool. So you guys, couple of positive reactions there. So you guys are interested in that. Well, that's cool. Well, let me think about that. I might try to do a little surprise. I'll announce it so that you guys can come and see it. But yeah, we'll work towards that. So sorry, excuse me. Let me get a drink. This is just a bottle of water with like a hydration powder in it. In case you guys were curious, I don't really want to be drinking caffeine at like 8:00 at night, for obvious reasons. Because in the interest of trying to control what I can control and trying to impose some structure on my day, I've been trying to get up kind of early in the morning and move around a little bit, and then sit down and do some writing. So yeah, no caffeine this late. Yeah, man, that would be cool. Well, and if not, it'll always be here on the replay. So yeah, we can definitely do it that way. Loved Ally. Now I have to buy more. Oh, I hope you do. I'm so glad you loved it. Thank you so much. Yeah, Marisa and I mean, we always have a ball working together. But Ally was was a lot of fun to write. It was a lot of fun to wrap up that storyline with the Four Horsemen universe, and bring the Depic home. So, speaking of which, I don't want to say too much, but I think you're going to see more from the Depic in the future here in the Four Horsemen universe. They haven't gone by any stretch of the imagination. So hopefully you guys are enjoy those stories as well. Okay, so what's going on with me? Well, like I said, late August sometime we'll close on our house, and then we'll have to schedule delivery of all of our stuff. Hang on, I gotta sneeze again. Sorry. Excuse me. We'll schedule delivery of all of our stuff, get moved in at some point, and then at some purpose. Oh, are you not able to watch it through YouTube, John? Thanks, Leah. Did you hear it in Minnesota? Well, gosh, that sucks. Okay. I have no idea how to fix that. But yeah, hopefully you can watch it through Facebook. Yes. So coming up, moving into the house, hopefully. I have no idea how this is going to go, you guys, because like our estimated closing date is the third week in August. And then the very next week we leave for Dragon Con. And then we're spending a week down in Atlanta for Dragon Con, which I'm so excited about. It's been 3 years since I've been to Dragon Con. Dragon Con was my first con. It's my favorite con in a lot of ways. It's, I'm so grateful to have been given, or I don't know, I'm so grateful to be an attending pro again this year. So I will be doing programming and panels. I don't have a finalized schedule yet, but I will also be doing a signing at the Missing Volume, which is Glennis's. I can't think of what Glennis's last name is, but she's amazing. She is a longtime dealer vendor at Dragon Con. She has a traveling bookstore where she goes around to different conventions and sells books and does signings. She has a long-standing relationship with Baen to do a lot of signings for Baen authors and stuff. So I will be doing a signing at her booth. I'm not sure which day yet. I think we were talking about Saturday, but don't quote me on that. All of this could change, obviously. But if you are going to Dragon Con, let me know in the comments or let me know on my social media. And I will for sure be posting my schedule on my Facebook and my Instagram and my website. And most importantly, in my Discord. And if you're not a member of my Discord, then you're totally missing out. We are in the process of building such a really cool community over there, you guys. We talk about writing, we talk about other creative pursuits, we talk about life and jobs and conventions and just all kinds of things. We've got a video game streamer over there, the Dame, who she'll post her streams. So that's something that you can check out if you want to. It's very cool. So yeah, come check us out. If you are interested in doing so, the way to do it is to join my newsletter, which you can do at my website, www.kczl.net. And you can go there, you can click on free stories, give me your email address. I'll send you a download link for 3 free stories, and then also a link to an invite link to the Discord server. And come in, say hi, hang out, and help us make some memories. But no, we love the community there, or I love the community there. I love being a part of it. I love getting to know all of you guys through that venue. So, and we can arrange to, hang out at Dragon Con. Although I will be honest with you, I have kind of a long-standing policy that I don't see myself giving up anytime soon. Like, I'm more than happy to arrange meetups at other conventions too, but Dragon Con for many years now has been like the one grown-up vacation that my husband and I take together. So as I started to get more and more busy with professional commitments, I instituted this policy where like the only person that I actually commit to hey, I'm going to arrange to meet up with you at DragonCon really is my husband. Everything else is like, if I have a panel, I'll be at the panel. If you catch me and let's hang out. I'm more than happy to hang out like real time, but I'm not going to make promises at a time because, I'm going from panels to hanging out with my husband to panels to hanging out with my husband, so I appreciate you guys understanding how that goes. So, but yeah, very excited. Yeah. So I think Oz, you're going to be there too, right? As an attending pro. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see you again, bro. That's so cool. So cool. Leah's on the YouTube. Oh, because I said, did you hear me in Minnesota? Yeah. Okay. And then, so then after DragonCon, at the beginning of September, I'll come back. And then at some point I will start my new job, which will entail going to Colorado to do some new training. There was a question earlier about what aircraft I will be flying. And it is I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. So I have retired from the Air Force. My retirement is effective as of Monday, the 1st of August. And, today and tomorrow are my last 2 days of terminal leave. And the job that I got is with a helicopter medevac company, or helicopter, what's the word I'm looking for? Helicopter emergency medical services company, where we work at a hospital and do both patient transfers and then pickups from accident scenes and stuff like that. So yes, it is absolutely a helicopter. I want to say MD-150, but I think I might be saying that wrong. So because I haven't looked at it recently because of all the chaos that's going on. So, but yes, so it'll be a new experience, and yeah, exactly that, life flight for sure. And so it'll be a new experience. It'll be a new machine that I'll get to learn, new way of operating. We'll be working with flight medics, which will be, I'm excited to kind of dig into that. I mean, the Huey is technically a single pilot aircraft, but I've always had a crew, and I've always particularly enjoyed working as part of an air crew, because of the teamwork aspect of it, be it the having someone have your back aspect of it, which don't get me wrong, happens in single place aircraft too, for sure. I mean, that there's a reason there's that whole maxim of, you never leave your wingman behind, because, you guys are there to work as a team, obviously. But I like being part of a crew. And so I'm looking forward to learning kind of the culture and the dynamics of how that crew is actually going to work. So John says, congrats on my new unicorn. Thanks, bro. So for those of you who are like, what the hell is he talking about? There's a joke among Chris Kennedy publishing authors that once you get 50 ratings on a book, that you get a unicorn. And the Skies to Conquer, the latest book in my Psyche of War series, just passed 50 ratings. So thank you very much for those of you who've read it and reviewed it. And if you haven't, if you have read it and haven't given it a review, I would love it if you would consider doing so. And if you haven't read it, I would love it if you would consider doing that too. Minds of Men, for those of you who are curious, is still on sale for $2.99 until the 1st of August. So you've got 2 more days. Tell your friends or give them a gift. Happy random summertime, and let them go check that out. $2.99 for the first book in the series, and I think it's a good series. I think a lot of people would like it. I'd like to see it get a little bit more exposure. I mean, not only because I get paid, which big fan of that, but I just think it's a good story, and I think people would like it. Leah, you're such a sweetheart. Well, you can be my flight engineer anytime, girl. Anytime. So yeah, that's pretty much what's on my radar right now. Other conventions that I'm going to, I will be attending FactoryCon for Chris Kennedy Publishing in October. I will be at 20 Books to 50K in November in Las Vegas. I just bought my tickets for that, so I'm pretty excited for that one. And then I will be a special guest at MarsCon in early 2023. So MarsCon is, it just moved. I think it's in Hampton Roads, maybe. It's in this vicinity. Let's put it that way. It's in this vicinity. And so I have decided to adopt it as my home con, my local con. And so I'm really excited to get involved with that community and work with, the con and just kind of, really dig into this whole identity as a local author. So if you have suggestions, of things that you think I should consider doing, as far as that's concerned, put them in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. So we'll probably end this one pretty soon here. This will be kind of a short live stream tonight. We've been going for about 35 minutes. But I do have a question in the Discord, which if you, again, yet another reason to join our Discord, if you have questions for these live streams, we have a channel there dedicated to them, and you can post them, and I will answer them during these live chats. So Aaron says, aviation question for your next chat. Has flying in the medical bird given you any new ideas to incorporate into your books? Good, bad, silly, or badass? I haven't started flying yet, Aaron, but I'm really hoping that will be the case. I love flying. Like I said, I love working as part of a crew. The medevac mission is super cool. The air ambulance mission is super cool. Very rewarding. So I'm hoping to derive some inspiration from from some of those experiences. And something tells me that it's sort of a truism that the people who find themselves attracted to helicopters as a career are a little bit off. We're just slightly we trend towards one side of the sanity bell curve, we're not totally crazy. We're just a little bit just like a standard deviation from the norm, right? And I'm curious to see it definitely holds true in the military. I'm curious to see if it holds true in the civilian side. I strongly suspect that it does. And that always makes for interesting interactions, right? Interesting people, interesting conversations. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of that. I hope they like me. I fully intend to like them. And yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you, Jeff. You too, man. Wherever you guys are, whatever you guys are doing, I hope you know how much I value your friendship and your attention and your membership in this community. I know I haven't been putting out as much content as I would necessarily like during the summer, although, like I said, it was not unexpected. Maybe I should talk about that a little bit. So here's what I've decided. Throughout August, I'm going to continue with trying to do the live streams every Friday, or as close to every Friday as I can manage. If I can't make one, I'm not going to, feel too badly about it, because I'm probably moving. Oh, that's the other thing. I got to move my kid into college the week before, the week before we're supposed to move into our house. So I got that going for me, which is nice. But yeah, I'm going to try to do at least one more, or at least 2 live streams in the month of August on Fridays, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if I'm going to get any pre-recorded videos out. It may or may not happen. Just stay tuned for the socials. This summer is a time of transition. It's a time of chaos. Once I get my house, once we get moved in, once I'm, get my editing set up back again with my external monitor and stuff, I will go back to producing content for this channel on a more regular basis. So at this time, I'm just going to, beg your indulgence and ask you to continue to be patient with me and pay attention to the socials and come hang out whenever you can, because I love you guys. It means the world to me that you would come and hang out with me on a Friday night for, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever we can do. So, and I, I can't tell you how much joy it brings me that you guys are interested in my work, that you like my stories. Because the whole reason I write them is because I want to read them, right? So it makes me happy that someone else is interested in reading them too. But yeah, before we go, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you give me that Chuck Yeager thumbs up, and consider sharing it or telling other people about it, telling your friends about it, tell them about my books, tell them about my newsletter, have them come join the Discord. You come join the Discord. Yeah, Saturday morning. That's right. You're in Australia. I used to be on that schedule. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being my friends. And you guys stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will talk to you soon.